And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every day. From McCovey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end. Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes! Oh! Eric and Glenn breaking it down, all Giants all the time.
All right, welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live here. Postgame, game one, San Francisco Giants at Pittsburgh against the Pirates. Giants had it, right? They had it. They had a 4-1 lead going into the seventh. That dropped to 4-3 really quick with a 2-run shot given up by Carson Seymour. And then the ninth inning, Rodriquez gives up some free passes, and it cost him. Giants lose 5-4. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Fuji Simeon already coming in strong with the $2. We're going to talk about it. Bases loaded and 3 strikeouts. That ain't getting it done. You're talking about the first inning, Fuji. Giants had it set up nicely. No outs. Oviedo had nothing. Bases are loaded. Chapman comes up, strikes out. Lee comes up, strikes out. And then Bailey comes in, or I should say up to bat, and strikes out. Oh! They had a chance, man. They had a chance, Fuji. What are you going to do? All right, what do we got here? I see. Big Al, poor Verlander, another blown lead from the bullpen. I know. Verlander looked good, guys. Look, he went 5 innings. He threw a lot of pitches. His command was a little bit off. But, man, did he bear down in those last 2 innings? He's like, the hell with this. I'm going to pump in some 97s and 98s. And he got out of it, man. He only gave up 1 run over 5 innings. Come on, man. Come on, man. Team should have freaking whatever. They scored 4 runs, but you needed to score more. San Jose Sharks. Eric, I told you Rodriguez was not ready to be a closer. He is unproven and untested. He should have been a shot to win the job at spring training. Doval should have stayed, could have traded Luciano. I think I'll push back on that there, San Jose Sharks. Has he had a lot of opportunities in the 9th inning? No, he hasn't, but he's been in high leverage situations throughout the year. He's come in big situations in the 7th and the 8th inning, right? So he understands the pressure. Look, it happens, man. It happens to everybody. Tell me a closer that doesn't go out there and doesn't blow a save here and there. It happens. Does it mean he's not? No, it doesn't. But you know what? This is the perfect opportunity to find out whether or not Rodriguez is going to be the closer of the future. Are we battling for a wild card? Really? Think about it. Are we really battling for a wild card? Sure, anything can happen. But right now, let's see what these guys got so we know what to do in the future. Right? Does it make sense? Look, Rodriguez wasn't the problem. Darren, you're already, yeah. I hear what you're saying. And I see other people chiming in. Fuji Simeon donates another $2, says, I like Carson to pitch just 1 inning for now. Yeah, that seems to be the consensus. I'm hearing that from a few people. Here, you're not the only one that's been saying that. DL, $5. Thank you, sir. Rodriquez pitched yesterday. No, he did not pitch yesterday. What's his name? Ryan Walker pitched the end. Remember, they were up 12-2 in the 9th inning. Rodriguez did not pitch yesterday. If so, he doesn't do well going back to see. Well, I hate DL. I'll take the $5. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support. It's all good, man. We all make mistakes, right? I knew the McRae talk was going to come in here. We'll get into it. All right. Before I get into any more. Oh, whoa. Jeez. Guy's killing me here. Fuji with $5. Dude, Fuji coming in every night, man. Goodness gracious, dude. In defense of Randy, he only had 7 runs allowed in the last 40-plus innings. It's early, and he can still be a good closer. Just give him time and chances. Yes. Fuji Simeon. That's where I'm at. Tom Katz. Eric, if you look at all 30 teams and their 3 and 4 hitters, you will find the answer to all our problems. Yeah, you're on to something, Tom. The team needs another bat. There is no question that Giants need another bat. Even though Devers is going to do just fine, the Giants, they need another guy. They need another guy in there, right? Tom, I think I'm right with you. All right. Before we get too deep into this and I wind up going down the rabbit hole, let's do this.
Now, today's Giants in Review on Giants Sports Talk Live.
Here's the final, 5-4 in Pittsburgh. Phew, tough. Giants, 4 runs on 7 hits with 2 errors. We could talk about Ramos in the first inning. It wind up, well, I guess it did kind of cost a run, didn't it? It cost that 1 run. Pittsburgh, 5 runs on 6 hits. Your winner is Morita. Never seen him before. Rodriguez gets the loss. Let's look at the box score. Ramos had a good game today. 3 hits, all of them singles, but hey, that's fine. That's what you want with a leadoff hitter, right? You want a guy that's going to get on. Devers was 0-4 with a walk and 1 strikeout. Adames was 0-4 with 2 walks. Chapman, again, a big moment. Look, you don't see this a lot, right? You don't see big moments in the first inning quite often. In this game, there was a few big moments in the first inning of this game. Bases are loaded. Chapman struck out. Smith, his hit. As a matter of fact, the hit he got is right after the Chapman strikeout. Hit a nice little grounder up the middle. Was able to score 1 run. Schmidt came up. Had a nice hit. Also got an RBI. Well, actually, no. He drew a walk in that one. I'm sorry. He drew a walk with the bases loaded. Scored the 2nd run. Lee came up. Struck out. Bailey came up. Struck out. Bases loaded numerous times in the first inning. And they couldn't get that big hit. They got the big hit yesterday against the Mets. Today, not so much. Our boy, Grant McRae. 0-for-4. 3 strikeouts. 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Here's the pitching line. Again, Verlander, 5 innings, only 3 hits. I put, look, 1 run, no earned runs. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He had to navigate through some issues, right? But he did okay, man. He did okay. Fuji, I'll hit that super chat in a minute. We'll talk about it. Seymour came in for 2 innings. His first inning was fantastic. Second inning, a disaster. You walk a guy and then you give up a homer. That made it a really close game, right? At that time, it was 4-1. Seymour gets up the 2-run shot. It's now 4-3. Bivens came in. He did okay in his 2/3 of an inning. Rodriguez looking like they had the momentum. They had the momentum, man. Great defense by Adames, leaping for that catch, saving Rodriguez. In comes Rodriguez for a 4-out save. He only had to throw 2 pitches because Bailey behind the plate was able to throw out the would-be stealer. I think it was Gonzalez, if I'm not mistaken, was able to get him. So he only had to throw 2 pitches in the 8th inning, and then he came out for a clean 9th. But unfortunately, as we already talked about, Rodriguez walked a guy, he hit a guy, and then gave up some weak contact, and that was the game. That was the game, man. Gosh dang it, man. They had a chance there. They had a chance. This was the game I was concerned about because it's a Verlander, right? You don't know what to expect for Verlander. So I thought that already coming into this game, I was already a little bit standoffish, if you will, because I didn't know how that was going to pan out again with Verlander, because his last outing was okay, and this outing he was okay. He's actually doing better as the season's progressed. So what are you going to do? Fuji Simi, we'll get this here in a little bit. Donates $2, says thoughts on Matos going down to AAA. We will definitely get into that. Oh, look at JK's $20. Good Lord, dude. My God. The brain releases dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine. I don't know what norepinephrine is. I've heard of dopamine and serotonin. The closer brain thrives off these. When the manager puts that player in the bottom of the 8th, he sits for 15 minutes. Not only does he lose his advantage, he's worse off chemically. Interesting. Getting into a little bit of the physiology of baseball. Are we, Jay? Interesting. Maybe there is something to that with you're talking about that's a good point, Jay. My body makes the Giants team makes my body produce cortisol, which is not good, right? You don't want massive amounts of cortisol. But back to what Jay was saying. You got a guy who's he has just been given the closing job, right? And his second save, you're going to have him throw a 4-out save, right? So you're kind of putting him at a disadvantage because he's never really saved before, and now you're going to try to put him through a 4-out save. So maybe there is something. Glenn will be back tomorrow, Steve. He is flying back from Chicago. He spent the entire week in Chicago. He will be back tomorrow, Steve. Have no fear. So, Jay, you may be onto something. Again, with a veteran closer, maybe it doesn't bother him so much. But when you have a young guy who hasn't done this a whole lot, right? This is only a second save opportunity this year, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, he might have had one later or earlier in the year. But I'm talking about designated as the closer. Yeah, maybe there's something to that. Look at Chardal Googling cortisol. I'm surprised he didn't Google serotonin and dopamine and the other one, whatever the hell that is. Well, it's just what happens. Yeah, Jay. Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. Can someone, I'm going to put out a little riddle. Is it a riddle? It's not a riddle. What is it? What can you say this is? What's up, Dean? Oh, by the way, Dean, I'll throw out the link here in a little bit. Dean was at the game. He caught the last game in New York, and he is in Pittsburgh watching the San Francisco Giants. So I will throw out Dean, if you're good to get the link, because I know I think you're in a hotel room. If you're good, I will throw out the link if you want to join. It's not a pun. It's not going to be a pun. If I said 5 of 10. What am I talking about? 5 of 10. 5 of 10. What's up to Ultimate Sports Network? What is up, dude? What is 5 of 10? Win the next 2. Absolutely, Fuji. And they very well could do it. You got Webb and Ray going. I like my chances. I like my chances. You still can win the series. It's not. Okay, you're good to go. Cool. Awesome. Awesome, Dean. I'll throw it out here in a bit. What's up, Armand? How was SummerSlam, man? If I said 5 of 10, what would you think I'm talking about? 5 of 10. Anyone can take a stab in the dark of what I'm talking about? Only 6 subs away from your goal. Hey, good luck to you, Ultimate Sports Network. What are you trying to get to? What's the number you're trying to get to? Best bullpen in year is managed by the Matos and by being completely wasted. We're going to get into this. Runners left on. No. Another nut kick tonight at Citi Field. Sorry to hear about that, Mark. Ha 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 ha. You're trying to get the 75. You're at 69. All right. Hey, guys, go check out Ultimate Sports Network. Go give him a sub. He needs some help. Not Devers at bat. We have a winner, though. I know it's a small sample size, but my God, half of his at-bats have resulted in a strikeout. I know it's a small sample size, but we saw this last year, guys. We saw this last year. He struck out too damn much, man. He's a human strikeout. That's not going to get it done. Look, he's got tools, right? He's got tools. I know it's not a surprise alive, and that's the biggest thing I was concerned about. Come on. Does he run into one every so often? He does. He's got a great glove, right? He's got a great glove. He's got the speed down, right? But my God, 50%? 50%? You can't be doing that, man. You can't be doing that. I'm just saying. Look, I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for all these guys, but you just can't live with that. That's just. I'd rather see Drew Gilbert, to be honest with you. He's the young Yaz. He's worse than Yaz. Hiroki, I hear what you're saying. But he's worse than Yaz. Oh, my God. All right. Before we get into the whole Matos story, guys. Speaking of which, thank you, Fuji. Another $2. Matos sent down. Who's the next to get the call-up? Well, the next was Encarnacion. That move was already made. So Encarnacion is up. Matos is down. Okay. Rob says no patience for McRae already. I'm surprised. No, Rob. It's not that. I just don't like what I'm seeing. We saw it last year, Rob. We saw it last year, Rob. He strikes out too much. Look, if he was making contact and they were outs by contact, okay, I get it. But when you're not making any contact, that's a big deal, man. It's a big deal. There you go, Dean. Thank you for bringing that up. Right on cue. back in 2024, a 43% strikeout rate in 130 plate appearances. That's a lot of damn strikeouts for a significant amount of plate appearances. Look, it's the major leagues, and I get it. It's tough. But my God, man. Oh, anyways, let's go down this avenue before we get to Matos and all that stuff. What did you guys think of Bob Melvin's managing in this game? What'd you think? I know it's going to take a while for you guys to answer, so I'll wait to what you guys have to say. Salsa, Matos, Luciano, McRae are basically Duggar, Mack, and Parker. We need to move on. Salsa, you may not be wrong. You may not be wrong. All right, here we go. Talking about Bob Melvin's managing today. Darren, horrible. Ibrahim, Melvin is ass. Hiroku, F Melvin. But I didn't see the game. Thought they won. Bob Melvin, inept. Okay. Fernando, fire the old man, bring in Mark DeRosa. JB, July 21st, 2024. Melvin gets tossed from the game before a pitch is thrown. Melvin got tossed arguing with umpires about an incident 2 days prior. He's now 12 months overdue from being fired. Salsa, not a fan of Melvin. Bullpen. You're talking about his moves into the bullpen. We're stuck with him for another year. Maybe not. Rob, Melvin is a snore. Dean, I don't like he keeps trying to make Devers at first. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna that one I'll push back on. Vince, Melvin is on his way out. JG, didn't think Melvin was horrible today, but in totality, he has been bad. Ibrahim, Melvin saw Seymour stretch and get rocked last week. Did it again today. Keeps batting chap at cleanup in a slump. McRae over everyone else and more. Okay. F, Eric, for not showing the same energy on Chapman's strikeout percentage. Okay. Melvin is showing early signs of dementia, says Fossey. What's up, Fossey? What's going on, man? Fuji, $2. He says, is it time for a Giants players only meeting? Maybe it's already happened. Fuji, thank you for the $2, sir. Melvin is uninspiring. All right, well, guys, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. It makes no sense. Talking about Chapman in the cleanup, yeah, that ain't getting it done. That ain't getting it done. That's for damn sure. I don't mind Devers being at first base. It falls in the same line of Rodriguez being the closer. You're seeing what you got, right? And look, Devers is going to have his hiccups, but he made a couple of pretty good throws to home today, right? Come on, man. He was okay. He's okay. Now, do I like Dom Smith at first base better? Yes, Dom Smith is a much better defensive first baseman, but you got to see what Devers has, right? Because there may be a time he has to play first base. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. If he wants to play first base and the Giants need a first baseman, then go. Why not? All right. Orange Man, look at my email. Uh-oh. Oh, my gosh. Look at you guys are coming in. Hey, I talk to Vince all the time, Senior. He doesn't like to come on when they suck. He doesn't like to come on when they suck. I can understand it. He always says, I don't know how you can go on every night talking about how bad the Giants are. Welcome to my world, man. JB donates 5 Australian Buckaroos. Thank you, sir. If we had better management of the bullpen, Tyler Rogers would still be a Giant. Nick Turturro, right? I know, right? There is no way he was getting that guy in the 9th inning, Dean. No way. No way. The guy was coming down the line too fast. Even if it was a perfect throw, he wasn't getting him. No way. No way. There's no way. If you saw it on now in live, it might have looked differently, but on TV, there's no way. Big Wheezy, he goes, we appreciate you coming on every night. It's our therapy. Hey, glad to help. It's actually therapy for me too, because I could just air it out. But then when I get off the show, I'm still talking about it. For those of you who know, even when I'm done coming on here, getting it all out, I still got more to give once the camera goes off. Oh, man. But I love it, man. I love it. I love talking about this stuff. It's fun. Yeah, D-backs are beating the Padres. LD says, glad to see Encarnacion back, but Craig getting an opportunity. Matos has been horrible. He has been. He has been. No, let's say if we want to get down to brass tacks, Matos has not been good. And we could get into that. I don't want to get into it quite yet, but yeah, we're getting there. Ramos, yeah, his fielding escapades out there in left field, man. Whoosh. Whew. Correcting, yeah, right, exactly. Exactly. If you want to talk about key moments in the game, the 1st inning, the 7th inning, the 4th inning, when Verlander was pumping in 98, that was impressive. That was impressive. JG goes, Eric, I respect you for not taking things personal when people disagree with you. Yeah, man, I don't. I try to do my best as long as it's not out of left field. If it's out in left field, I'll have some issues, right? And I think you guys see me on here, but I try to do my best to hear what you guys have to say, and then if I agree, I say, yeah, that sounds reasonable. If I disagree, and I'll let you know I'll disagree, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But again, if you're going to come with some weird shit, I'm calling you out, man. I'm calling you out. Appreciate that, JG. But that 4th inning was freaking huge, man. Verlander, I didn't think he had it in him. Honestly, I did not think he had it in him. 98 miles an hour in that 4th inning to get that last strikeout. That was huge. So that was a key. The 4th inning was a big inning, a turning point of the game. The 7th inning, when Carson came back out for the 2nd inning, walks a guy and then gives up the home run. My God. Big turning point. And then, of course, you get into the 9th inning. And then, yes, the 9th inning, of course, Rodriguez blew. He did. Bye. Rodriguez blew the game. And it's going to happen. Hopefully it doesn't happen all the time. But let's see how this kid recovers. You give up free passes, Joey, right? Joey, you give up free passes, what's going to happen? Come on, what's going to happen? Chances are those runs may be coming, especially late in the game. He just didn't have his stuff today. Look, his stuff was there. The command was a little bit off. Can't be hitting guys in the 9th inning. LD, clearly I'm higher on McRae than Eric, but that's okay. Hopefully he puts up numbers to silence the debate. Yeah, we all hope for that, right? We all hope for that. I'm rooting for them, right? There's no doubt. All these guys, I root for them. But if they suck, they suck. If they're good, they're good. Fuji, another $5. Fuji. My God, man. What do you do for a living? Because, man, you got Give me a call or something. Holy shit. Here's something from left field, Eric. Bring back Farhan and Kapler with this weird oils. I'm just kidding. Okay. Yeah, we don't need to know about no. Look, we've had enough of the coconut oil. All right. We don't need no more coconut oil talk in Giants baseball. Thanks, Fuji. Thank you, sir. A sneaky good comment, says Morkatna. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you know what? They weren't swinging a whole lot. A little, right? A lot of times they weren't even swinging. Now, I'll tell you what. Let's hey, if you want to tip your cap, Joey Bart had a good at bat, guys. Did you see what he was doing? He was fouling off pitches. He wasn't trying to kill the ball. He was just trying to put the ball in play. And he got a pitch. He just threw the bat out there. It got out into over the head of Koss, because Koss came in at shortstop and was able to tie the game. It was a great at bat by Bart, man. And sometimes that's all you got to do. Sometimes that's all you have to do is just put the ball in play. It's real easy. LD, Joey Bart fouling off pitches, unlike Bailey. Yeah. San Jose, I think Verlander would have gotten into the 6th or 7th if he didn't throw so many damn pitches. That's the problem. I think by the time he came out, how many? Hold on, let me see. I know he's in the 90s, right? No, what am I talking about? He threw 100 pitches. San Jose Sharks, he threw 100 pitches. There's no way he was going out there for the 6th inning. If he was a little bit more economical with his pitch count, well, then maybe he would have got into the 6th inning. Yeah, C. Dean, yeah. What are you going to do? All right, big news of today was Luis Matos optioned back to Triple-A Sacramento. What'd you guys think? Yay, nay? Do you like it? Not like it? I haven't heard anything on Roop. That's a possibility, Jay. That's a possibility. Because I know that matter of fact, if you guys watched the Hot Corner, we had a pretty big discussion talking about Matos. Darren, I think you hit the nail on the head. Darren, you hit the nail on the head. Matos clearly is not in the Giants' plans moving forward. I don't think he is. For whatever reason, look, we don't know. We are not privy to the conversation that the San Francisco Giants are having about young Luis Matos. Let's talk about this. Matter of fact, Dan, he brought it up yesterday. Here, I'll bring it up. Give me a minute here. Get out of here. Come on. Okay, let's talk about this. Here we go. Dan brought this up, and this is interesting. Let me blow that up a little bit. Yep, there we go. A little bit more. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this. Is there something that is glaring at you a little bit? Can anyone point out? The difference between his major and minors numbers? There's one glaring stat that really sticks out. Oh, look at that. My God, you guys are smart. I tell you. I tell that to everybody. Everybody I talk to, I say, you know what, everybody? Giant Sports Talk Live has the smartest chat in all of YouTube. In all of YouTube. Try to say that 10 times fast. In all of YouTube. Giant Sports Talk Live has the smartest chat. I tell that to everybody. Yes, on base percentage. Anthony, look at his numbers in the minors. He has a career 290 batting average and a 353 on base percentage. In other words, he takes walks. He's got a litigious eye, right? He's okay to take a walk. If it looks like it's a pitch he can't do anything with, he will take the walk. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That speaks highly about his approach to the plate. Giants YouTube Live, yes. In the majors, his on-base percentage is damn near the same as his batting average. So in other words, his on-base percentage isn't based on walks in the major leagues. It's based off of his batting average. He's not taking walks for whatever reason. And I don't know. Is he able to recognize MLB pitching? That's a pretty big drop-off from going from 353 on base to 269. That's pretty damn significant. Now, yes, MLB pitching is that much better. I get it. But boy, usually if you have a good eye, you have a good eye. And if you notice in his at-bats, he's just swinging wildly. It's like there's no confidence behind his swing. Daniel, Glenn will be back tomorrow. He's been in Chicago all week. Flew back today. He'll be back on tomorrow night. LD says on base percentage and batting average are sucking all. Yeah, I know it sucks. But what I'm trying to say, LD, is Matos has had a drastic reduction in on base percentage going from the minors to the majors. And he hasn't made the leap, I guess, right? He hasn't grabbed, as I always say, the bull by the horns. He hasn't done it. Down over 200 ticks in OPS. Yeah, that too. Career OPS in the minors, 824. In the majors, 615. I mean, there's something wrong with him as far as the majors. And look, he's had 529 plate appearances in the majors. Now, have all of them been for a long period of look? In 2023, he got a big run, right? Let's look. 2023. Where was it? 156 plate appearances, I believe. Is that what it? Hold on. I think that's what it was. Oh, man. Hold on. Nope. 2023. 250. Okay. Yeah. 253 plate appearances. Played in 76 games in 2023. And let's see what he did. Let me minimize this. Be easier. In 2023, batted 250, had a 319 on base. That's not bad. For a rookie, that's not so bad. He was only 21 years old. Got into the 76 games. Is that what it was? 76 games for the San Francisco Giants in 2023. Batted 250. and had a 319 on base. So, and that was a rookie. He was only 21 years old. He's now 23, and for some reason, he's just fallen off. So, do I think he should have gotten a little bit more of a run? Yeah, he probably should have. But with the opportunities that were given to him, he really didn't do anything with it. It sucks. Again, same with McRae. You root for these guys, but if they're not going to get the job done, then what are you supposed to do, man? What are you supposed to do? Giants got to figure out what the hell's going to go on in right field. McRae may not be the answer. Matos doesn't look like it's to be the answer. I sure as hell don't want Encarnacion roaming right field in a prolonged period of time, if you know what I mean. Vince says trade Matos. That might happen. That might happen in the offseason. .179 batting average with a .269 on base is not good at all. No, sir, it is not. It's audition time for right field. Yes, Dean. All right, let me throw out the link, guy. Let's throw out the link. Anyone wants to pop in? Pop in, man. JG says the move is Gilbert Luciano platoon for September, hopefully. I'd rather just see Gilbert. To be honest with you, I'd rather just see Gilbert. I want to see what this kid has. He was the second-ranked prospect in the Mets organization last year. He had a hamstring injury. Look, and with hamstrings, that can really screw with you, man. And it could take quite a long time to recover fully from a hamstring. So now maybe he's fully healthy and he could go out there and produce. Let's see what happens. I want to see Gilbert. He's a contact guy, and I want to see what he has, man. I want to see what has. And I tell you what, LD, and you might be high on McRae, but why would Buster Posey go out there and trade for Drew Gilbert? If McRae was a possibility, why would Buster Posey go out there and trade for Drew Gilbert? Just saying. Maybe left field. Maybe they have to. Maybe they got to put Ramos into DH. Maybe. All right, guys. Hey, let's bring in Dean, guys. Dean, live from Pittsburgh, right?
Yes, sir. In Pittsburgh, in the Steel City.
I'm watching Pittsburgh.
Oops, sorry. Hold on. You froze up.
Oh, I think that was me. Yeah, that was me. How many games are you going to watch in Pittsburgh?
Just the one. I'm coming back to the Bay tomorrow.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool. So you watched one game in New York and one in Pittsburgh?
Yes, sir.
Nice. So you sent me a picture of beautiful PNC Park. What do you think of the park?
Oh, it's beautiful. Oracle's the best field in baseball, and I am not biased in saying that, but PNC definitely gives it a good run for its money. It's a very lovely ballpark. A nice place to bring kids, actually, I realized. Lots of stuff for kids to do there, which I can't necessarily say about every ballpark besides just watching the game. They have a lot of fun play structures hanging around the park. So yeah, really nice place. Nice. Did you take a stroll across Clemente Bridge? I sure did. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice. Beautiful. Nice. Now, real quick, Kyle, what's up, man? Hopefully you're doing well up in Chico. What is up, Kyle? All right, let's hear what you got. What is your comments about tonight's game in Pittsburgh? It was a tough one. Yeah, man. There are a few things that kind of came apart in this one. For one thing, hindsight's 2020, but again, the big thing that really stood out to me is that, man, they had such a good opportunity that first inning and they just could not capitalize on it. Dom Smith got that single. Schmidt was able to walk in a run, which, hey, I'm going to give Schmidt some credit here. The Schmidt that I remember from the years past would not have walked in that run. He would have struck out. So
he would have, right?
So
right?
Give credit where credit is due. Schmidt is looking a lot better this season than I've seen in the past. So I will give him some credit for that.
Yes, sir, Daniel.
Yeah, man. It's just like outside of that and the Jung-Hoo Lee triple, it was the same.
That Jung-Hoo Lee triple was awesome, dude.
Oh my God. I was hopping out of my seat.
Nice. Any other Giants fans around you?
To hear the Jung-Hoo Lee chants at PNC. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Nice.
Awesome, man.
But one thing I also want to comment on today's game that I want to give credit and shout out to the Pittsburgh fans. They came in and they were loud.
Were they?
It
didn't seem like there was a lot of
game. Like it wasn't even a full stadium. Like there were plenty of open seats left. And they were down 4-1 for most of that game, and they were loud. They did not stop. So shout out to the Pittsburgh faithful. They made their presence known for sure. Mets fans they made their presence known by booing Matos off the mound, but I'll leave it at that.
Right. Oh, so. What was your thoughts when Carson Seymour came up for that second inning? Were you concerned or not really?
Oh yeah. I mean, we saw what happened last week and I was like, okay. I mean, like I give him credit for the first inning, but goodness gracious, that second inning, as soon as that leadoff walk, I was like, uh-oh, hold on. And you give up the homer to a guy who's batting horribly this season.
He's ass.
He's a complete non-factor on offense, and then, okay, there he goes. It's mind-numbingly frustrating, man. It really is. I didn't think there wasn't any reason. Well, here's the thing: if we still had, I guess I would be even more mad about it if we still had Rodgers on the team. But seeing as we're not, but even then, you still have plenty of other options, and it's just like, I did not like that move. That was probably the biggest folly of the Giants tonight.
Yep. Oh man, I know we kind of talked a little bit about Devers, but yeah, that was, you got to see what you have. I mean, right? It's better to do it now when you're not really.
I get it that like we got to put in, like, if Devers is going to be here in the long term and you want to see what he's got as an option at first base, I get it. And as given this Giants situation as it is right now, it does make sense for them to do that. But when I look at the situation, I'm like, okay, well, you've got Dom Smith who, like, honestly, I'm going to be upfront. I have not given Dom Smith nearly enough credit for what he's been able to do so far. I thought he was going to be kind of like, you plug him in and then he's going to leave at some point or leave at some point in the season, and we're going to kind of forget that he existed. But no, he's actually hung around. He's doing a decent job. He's playing a good first base. You know
what? His defense is great. And I'd said this to Marty. He's a hitter. He's not a swinger. He goes out there and gives you, I kind of say that he's kind of like your Flores from the left-hand side, right? He'll go out there, give you a good at bat, right? And then he's not going to go out there and he's not going to hit for power, but he'll run into a few. So, and his defense has been great at first base.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's the thing, and with Devers, yes, I did neglect to give him credit for the assist at home. Inning? Yeah, that fourth inning assist at home, that was very good. So I forgot to give him credit for that. Kudos to him. He did do that. Playing the ninth, that would have been a really tough play. I think he could have made it but the throw was high and Bailey had to kind of bring his arm back down to make the tag. And I think that potentially could have made a difference because the arm was in the right place. He had to reach up and bring it back down. So the position was right. But I think if he threw a little bit more targeted play at the plate, he might have had a shot at getting.
Yeah, he was coming down that line, man.
But it would have been a tough play.
It would have been a bang bang.
Being a little bit tough on Devers on that one. So I'll back off on that. But I still feel like, Devers is still not, I don't know. It feels weird to have players learning new positions in the middle of the year. I mean, but again, given the Giants situation as it is now, this is the time to do it. So I guess I'm being a little bit too hard on the guy. And again, we're gonna have Devers for many, many years.
8 years. Yep.
And he will adjust.
He will. Talk to me about those 3 strikeout. Man, dude. What is going on? I mean, Chapman, do you think Chapman's hand's still bothering him, or is he just in one of those cold fun? You know, he does that. He's streaky.
This is
when
very
he's hot,
much it.
He's hot, but when he's cold, he is ice.
This is very much a Chapman thing. And, you know, I'm more, I guess people will call me a Chapman apologist, but I think Chapman will be fine. I'm not really that worried about him long term. Again, the big thing for Chapman today was that he did have that error, but it was on a play that was already going to be super tough. So, I don't know. I think Chapman will be fine in the long term, though. Ooh. Hey guys, be quiet. I think it's my show now. Hey, welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live, everybody. I'm your temporary host. All right, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Oh no, I think the God, I think the oh yeah, Daniel Wisenhunt did great yesterday. Wisenhunt looked really good. I mean, again, I still think he needs to develop his secondary and tertiary pitches, but I think that it will. I mean, he'll adjust. Tom, how are the Pans in Pitt? They were. I mean, like I said before, credit to them. They were loud. They were in it all game long. So yeah, credits to them. They were up 4. They were down 4-1, and they did not let up at any point. I'm not nervous. What are you talking about? I teach for a living. I have to talk in front of kids all the time. So I'm talking to a virtual audience today. So it's all good. It's all good. I don't know if I can actually, Fuji, look at me. I am the captain now. Concession prices, I'd say about the same, maybe a little bit less. I actually, for any of you who have been to Pittsburgh, I tried Primani's for the first time. You know, it was all right. I'm a big sandwich person. Like, I love burgers, sandwiches, all that sort of thing. So I definitely wanted to give it a shot. So we'll see. Eddie, don't tell people. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell them that I hijacked the show, guys. But while we're waiting for Eric, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Giants baseball content. Let's see. Trying to kind of engage with the chat here. After seeing Correa get moved, do you think Chapman's contract will be moved? He's owed about 120 million. Yeah, including this year, 5 years, 120 million. I don't know. I think he's fine. Again, I think the key for Chapman, again, is that like the defense needs to hold up, and the offense is really just, it's gravy. But again, it stings a little bit more because the offense as a whole just isn't very good. Yeah, it's again, if you can just get more. Here's what I'll say: we got to figure out this right field situation. Obviously, I don't think McRae is the answer. I don't think Matos is the answer. Encarnacion, I'm still pretty on the fence on. I don't really think that he has looked that great, but again, he hasn't had a ton of time. Whoa, Eric.
What happened, man?
Don't worry, Eric. I was steering the ship for you.
Appreciate that. Holy crap, dude. My God, dude, this internet fucking sucks, dude. Excuse my French. Man, dude.
Well, I mean, if the fact that my hotel internet is holding up better than yours is right now.
I know, man. All right. Goodbye, Chardol. I've warned you, man. Don't keep spamming. See ya. All right. What do we got here? So what are they talking about now that I freaking missed out on all this?
I was just talking about the experience at PNC, talked a little bit about I know you probably talked about this on the hot corner yesterday. Couldn't come on because had an early flight, so I had to go to bed early. But talked a little bit about Wisenhunt and how he looked in his first win of his major league career. Looked pretty darn good. Again, still, I told them I still need to see him work on his secondary and tertiary pitches.
He does,
but his changeup again is as filthy as advertised.
Yeah, and look, he's up against some innings. This is the most he's ever thrown in his career. So
yeah, he was up and he was up against some guys, right? And, like outside of that home run to Lindor, and like he got through that top of the lineup, very admirably.
And I'll tell you what, the thing right now, he's going to be running on adrenaline for the next couple of starts because it's his first experience. But once that starts waning a little bit. Then you got to be careful. You just got to be careful with them.
Yeah, and ultimately, the baseball is a game of adjustments. Like you face new pitchers, you adjust to them, you learn how they work, you hit them, and then the pitcher's got to adjust back. So it's a game of adjustments and readjustments.
Yep, exactly.
But yeah, man. But yeah, hey, I mean, Eric, I'll tell you this too. I gave you some flack for calling Verlander our third best pitcher. I'm still not there because I still really liked what I saw out of Roop, and it sounds like he's not going to be out super long term. So hopefully he can bounce back.
Oh, and look. Is Roop is better than Verlander? Yes. I'm just saying at this particular time,
junction. Yeah. I mean, you could actually, yeah, I can see it. And again, today, no earned runs. The only run that scored on his watch was Ramos bobbling that ball in the first.
Yeah, I know.
So, hey, respect where respect is due.
Verlander is getting better as the season progresses. I thought it was going to be the other way around, and he's looking. Man, he was amping in there freaking 98 miles an hour there in the fourth inning to get out of it. I was like,
yeah, oh my God. I mentioned in the chat earlier, that 98 mile per hour fastball to strike out Bart.
Yeah.
Excellent. A thing of beauty right on the corner. Beautiful.
I mean, this is the time to kind of do it. You kind of been, if he's been kind of, if you want to say, conserving his powers through the beginning. Now is the time where you got to start letting it fly. And look at you got a good look on that dive that he made on the broadcast. They were they were laughing. It was pretty funny. Yeah, they were.
I was like, careful. And this would be where Glenn would put that audible of the "I'm falling and I can't get up."
That was hey, he was trying, but hey. Adames did a great job fielding it and throwing it to.
I mean, here, another thing I want to give credit to. Adames had a rough fielding start of the year. He's looked better. I think he's kind of adjusted and like offensively too. I think again, now he's kind of in a bit of a short-term slump again, but his defense at shortstop has definitely improved since the beginning of the season. I think he's getting back into his defensive rhythm because I haven't really seen him make a ton of mistakes lately.
Right, exactly. Let me get your takes on Matos being sent down. That was a big news in the beginning of the day today. What'd you make of it?
So in the moment, I was like, like in my head when I first read it, was just like probably should have been McRae, but I look at Matos, and people are saying that we haven't given Matos enough runway, but in reality, he's been around since 2 years ago in 2023, and he had a decent 2023. I think he finished with like a batting average around 250, had some decent moments there. And I think that gave him the sort of, as a 21-year-old too. And so that gave him this sort of leverage of like, oh yeah, we can afford to see what we've got in this guy. But since then, last season, I think he finished with around a 210 batting average. And when you have a 210 batting average, it's like, okay, well, if you're batting 210, then you've got to supplement that with some power. Only 5 home runs on that season in almost 100 plate appearances. That's not what I want to see for someone who's batting 210. And then now he's batting 160. And
yeah, I mean,
and the defense isn't there. The power isn't there. The situational hitting isn't there. I think I have, and also just like the attitude that the Giants have kind of held on in terms of like using him over these past few months, it just feels like they're very non-committal on Matos at this point.
It does.
And personally, I am too. I'm pretty non-committal on Matos. Unfortunately, again, hindsight's 2020. We should have traded him a while ago while his value was still high, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. We didn't know. Now
right.
This is the situation that we're in.
And this is something. What is the one thing he does well? You really can't say.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't strike out, but he doesn't make contact either.
Yeah.
And exactly. The contact he does make
that's one thing. And it's like, yeah, who else doesn't strike out a bunch? Jung-Hoo Lee, and he can actually hit the ball and play a good center field.
He's swinging at some horrible pitches. He's grounding out. He's popping out. I mean, it's just, what are you going to do? I mean, what?
Yeah. I mean, but at this point,
it sucks, but
yeah,
you want to see the kids succeed, right?
We got to see what people have got and assess what we have going into the offseason, because again, that's going to really, I feel like that's going to inform how we go about our offseason this year. Because remember, when we were doing well, remember who we were talking about, who happens to play right field? We were talking a lot about Kyle Tucker for a bit.
Yeah.
And again, people can talk about like, oh, he's going to be too expensive.
He's going to be 500 million. He's going to be 500.
And it's just like, and for me, as a fan, I'm like, it's not my money, and there's no salary cap. So until there's a salary cap, I don't care. Right. They have the money to do it.
They do.
So if they want to be bold and they want to win,
look,
that's certainly something to look at.
Could the club do it? Absolutely. The club could do it.
Yeah, they could do that. Will they? Probably not.
Probably not.
But one can dream, right? Just like how I dreamed about getting Ohtani. Right,
exactly. But going back to Matos, I brought up, I don't know if you saw the numbers I brought up. That's why I say, just because you're raking in AAA, right, doesn't mean it's going to transfer into the major leagues.
Dude, it's like VR.
Because look, if it did,
like David VR.
Look, well, there you go. Look, if everybody who had success in AAA was able to succeed in the MLB, there would be superstars all over the place, right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's
just
not
hard.
The same. The
game is hard.
AAA is already a hitter's league as it is.
Yeah. Yep. But when you get to the major leagues, the competition is that much more. Yeah, right. It's the best in the world, man. That's what you're doing. You're facing the best in the world at the given sport that you want to play. It's not going to be easy, man. It just isn't.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with the kid. I think they're moving on from him.
Yeah, I don't see them. I don't see Matos being in the long-term plans for the Giants unless something really catastrophic happens with their right fielding prospects. Like if Gilbert is just complete garbage and Encarnacion somehow is even worse.
Let's talk about that. What do you think they do with Encarnacion?
It's weird because you look at what Posey's doing and, with all the moves that he made, it's clear that he's trying to go for a more like contact first, supplemented by a core of power, right? Is it like if your core of power is like you've got Devers and Adames and Chapman who can produce a fair amount of dingers, and you supplement that with people who can hit and people who can run, then I think you have a recipe for a very solid offense. The problem is that I think with all the people that we have from the Farhan regime, we have a lot of guys who don't hit very well for average and supposedly have power. Like Matos supposedly had power. I'm not really seeing it, but I am still seeing the low batting average. Encarnacion supposedly has power. I haven't really seen it yet, but again, he's a much smaller sample size, so we still have to give him a shot, but I'm not really seeing it. So it feels like it's not in the same sort of direction that they're wanting to go. Now, again, who knows? Maybe Encarnacion comes in and starts mashing.
Do you want to see him out in right field, though?
But, I mean, yeah. I mean, nothing that we have is defensively is going to be an upgrade over what we had with Yaz, and that's what people I feel like, again, the offense is what people like really think about when they think about position players, but you have to remember that the defense has very, very like big implications, especially with Oracle's dimensions being the way that they are and the wall being where it is. And you got to be able to know how to play balls that bounce off the wall. You got to know how to play cavernous right center field at times. And that's something that Yaz was really solid at.
Yes, he was.
And I don't know if we have that in Matos, McRae, Encarnacion, and Gilbert. I don't know if we have that. So offense notwithstanding, I'm already feeling like the defense is going to be a downgrade. And so you're going to have to see a noticeable upgrade from Yaz's offense, which, by the way, was around 235. So that should be the baseline, is like you got to be hitting at least 235 to be offensively better. And then you already have to make up for the defensive difficulties. So I don't know if we have that. I don't trust that we necessarily have that. But we have to give everyone their fair shake. And again, this is the time to do it. So we shall see.
Right. I mean, I don't know, man. Off season is going to be interesting for the Giants because they definitely have to solve one outfield position.
Yeah,
maybe a second if Ramos. I don't know. I don't know what the future for Ramos is. I'm not gonna go down that road yet. But it's weird because last year we didn't see these gaffes from Ramos like we are this year. This year, he just looks weird out there in left field, and I don't know what it is. It's weird. You didn't see that last year.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Ramos, that wasn't a topic of discussion last year. But then again, last year, because of the Jung-Hoo Lee injury, he was taking more reps in center. I don't know if that means anything. But yeah.
I don't know. Giants got some. They got some shopping to do in the offseason. They're gonna
have
to
get
a lot
of questions to answer.
They got to get another starting pitcher. They may have to look at a damn catcher. They're gonna have to get a right fielder. Unless Gilbert, who knows? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe we'll see. Remember, Gilbert. I've said this already a couple of times. He was the second ranked prospect in the Mets organization last year. Had an injury, fell, but maybe guy's a player. We'll just have to see.
Maybe again, we just have to. I mean, this is the time to take a look and see what we've got.
Got nothing to lose, right? That's why I'm okay with Rodriguez going out there. And if he scuffles, he scuffles. You got to see. What
I mean, like Rodriguez needs to get his reps at.
He's got to. Right.
Yeah. Like
he's got it.
Does it suck that out of 5 save opportunities, he's already blown 3? Yes, absolutely. That you don't want to see that. But again, that's part of the learning experience. And I feel like I have credit to say this as a teacher, but the part of the learning experience is to make a ton of mistakes and
make mistakes. That's the way you learn
from it.
It's the only way you learn.
The key is that they have to adjust and learn.
That's you don't keep failing and not adjust. You got to fail and adjust and then go from there. And JB says just trade for an outfielder. That may be an option. that may be an option where they do next year. Or I should say in the offseason. We'll have to see.
Yep. And I gotta say though, if Ramos doesn't stick at left field, then I truly believe that we're cursed. That the Bonds curse is real, and that we are just never gonna have a left fielder stick.
I know, right? God,
Like,
I don't know what it is.
Like I said, this year, I was just like, next year, we're just like, this could be the guy. This could be the guy to finally break it. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, okay,
now
maybe.
there's questions whether or not he's going to be in left field next year. I know.
Well, maybe. I was like, oh, God, I can't believe we're having this discussion again.
Right. Senior's asking about Gilbert's defense. Good question. I have no idea. I don't know anything about the guy other than he was the second rank. And if you're ranked second in your system, you had to have been pretty good. So we'll have to see what this kid's all about.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
But yeah, can't think any other thing.
I think I'm about ready to. Oh, hold on. We got Nostradamus in here.
Oh, hello.
We got Nostradamus. Hold on. I gotta get this all ready here. Set this up. Got to set this up correctly because otherwise it's not the same. All right, here we go. Wait a second. Fuji, I just saw this. Come on, Fuji. $2. Get out of here, Fuji. I'll remember that shit. All right. Ahoy there! Orange sails arrive on the Rivers 3. 3 rivers. Yeah. Hunting for plunder. Black Bart. The Turncoat. Scurvy. Rends his former brutes and abandons all asunder. Master of Arms cometh morrow and over, yelling in a stern yar. 2 sons that claim the key, or sent down to Davies' locker marred. Strike your colors! I love it. I freaking love it. Good stuff. Freaking
always good hearing from you, man. Nostradamus.
Nostradamus is freaking awesome, dude. I don't know who the hell the guy is, but he comes in every night with this stuff. I love it. Man, dude. He was originally the Astros' #1 prospect.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Look at that.
Injuries really. I think it's a mixture.
It's
a mixture of injuries and also, I think personally, prospect fatigue. You know, when prospects stay in the top 25 for too long, they start to dip. And it's like they always move on to the shiny new prospects. Your Bobby Witts and the like. As soon as they start to get notoriety, they start to tumble down. So it happens. But again, we won't know until we give them a shot. So.
There you go. Injuries can derail someone's career. It can. It sucks, man.
Absolutely.
It sucks. That
100%. That's every athlete's cross to bear.
Yeah, it is 100%. Looking at, I just learned Tidwell and Gilbert were college teammates. Go figure. Huh. Is Tidwell from Tennessee as well? No way. Is he?
How about that?
Hold on. You know how many Tennesseans are on the damn Giants? I mean, I'll be a son of a bitch.
Tennessee does, I think.
I'll be a son of a bitch. Look at that.
Huh?
They recruited what's his name? Gavin Killen. He's from Tennessee. They traded for 2 players from Tennessee. That's freaking crazy, man. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know very little about college baseball, but even I hear a lot about Tennessee just in terms of
is there a Tennessee alum in the Giants front office or something? What's going on?
Maybe. Who knows?
Oh, that's interesting. But the thing is, I think they got a pretty big baseball program. So maybe there's
Yeah.
why.
I mean, again, like I said, I know very little about college baseball, and I hear a lot about Tennessee being.
And I hear about them, and when they talk about College World Series, it always seems they're in the thick of things.
Yeah, it's always them, and like Texas, and I think Georgia Tech, I think, shows up quite often. Florida State shows up a good number of times.
Yep. Vanderbilt is another one you hear a lot about.
Yeah, Vandy. Yep.
You used to hear a lot of people coming out of Pepperdine. Pepperdine used to be a hotbed of baseball guys, but you haven't seen it in a while. Anyways, Dean, I'm going to get ready to go. Hey, man, thanks for hanging out, man. What time are you flying out?
Anytime. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll be flying out. So I should be back tomorrow evening. I'll try to be back on Wednesday after I make my way back. School starts up again in at least the preschool festivities come up, starting next week. But that's right. I'll still always make some time for some Giant Sports Talk Live.
There you go. Got to get back to the teaching, man. Back to the lecture hall, as they say, right?
Yes, sir. Back to it.
Nice. All right. Hey, thanks again, Dean. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right. Have a good night.
Blue skies and tailwinds, my friend.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. You bet. All right. There was Dean. So kind to fill in for me while my internet took a big, giant dookie. A giant dookie.
Hey, who ordered the poo-poo platter?
There you go. That was the Giants. To recap, Giants lose today in walk-off fashion. They lose in the bottom of the ninth, 5-4. Randy Rodriquez couldn't get it done. Walked a guy, hit a guy, had a couple of hits. Next thing you know, Giants lose 5-4. They'll get back at it again tomorrow. Hold on real quick. Who they got tomorrow? Is it Webb? I think it's Webb tomorrow, right? Pretty sure it's Webb. I just want to see who is going to go. I think Burrow is supposed to go for Pittsburgh in one of these games. Who will it be? Tomorrow's Tuesday. Logan Webb versus Mike Burrows. All right, so let's see what happens. 3:40 start Pacific. Again, be back on here somewhere around 8:30, right around there, guys. And let's see if we can get a win. Look, maybe you can get a series win out of this. We'll see. I like my chances with Webb and Ray being the next two starting pitchers. Offense needs to come through, right? Come on, guys. Don't settle just for getting a few. You've got to capitalize and keep adding on. So what will be the status of the bullpen? Who will close tomorrow if there's a close situation? It's probably going to be Ryan Walker. Ryan Walker is probably going to be the guy they go to in the ninth if they have to. So let's see what happens. Anyways, guys, enjoy the rest of your Monday night. We'll be back here tomorrow. Glenn should be back as well, back from his travels in Chicago, so I'm sure we'll hear all about that as well. Anyways, you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Be good, and we'll see you tomorrow. Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.